Hello students, welcome to Sri Jayendra's Rank Zone classes. I am your friend and mentor for coming classes with respect to business mathematics and statistics. This is lecture number 3, chapter 17, theoretical distributions. Okay. In this lecture, we will start with the applications of normal distribution. Previously, we have studied about Poisson's distribution and binomial distribution. Okay. So, applications of normal distribution. The application of normal distribution is not restricted to statistics only. Many science objects, social science subjects, management, commerce, etc. find many applications of normal distributions. Most of the continuous variable like height, weight, wage, profit, etc. follow normal distribution. If the variable under study does not follow normal distribution, a simple transformation of the variable in many cases would lead to the normal distribution of the change variable. When n, the number of trials of a binomial distribution, is large, and p, the probability of a success is moderate, neither too large nor too small, then the binomial distribution also tend to normal distribution. Poisson distribution also for large value of m approaches normal distribution. If the probability of a success is neither too small or too large, okay, at that time binomial distribution. If at that time binomial distribution tends to normal distribution. If large the value of m, at that time Poisson distribution tends to the normal distribution. Such transformation becomes necessary as it is easier to compute probabilities under the assumption of a normal distribution. Not only the distribution of discrete random variable, the probability distributions of t, chi square and f also tend to normal distribution under certain specific conditions. In order to infer about the unknown universe, we take recourse to sampling, and inferences regarding the universe is made possible only on the basis of normality assumption. Also, the distributions of many a sample statistic approach normal distributions for large sample size. Now, move to the example number 17.20. For a random variable x, the probability density function is given by f of x is equal to e raised to minus x minus 4 square upon under root pi for minus infinite less than x less than infinite. Identify the distribution and find its mean and variance. Here probability density function is given. Okay. F of x in form of f of x is equal to e raised to minus x minus 4 square upon under root pi, where x situated between minus infinity and plus infinite. Okay. Identify the distribution and find its mean. Which distribution it is, that we have to find out, and find its mean and variance. Okay. So let's start with the given probability density function may be written as f of x is equal to 1 upon root 2 into under root 2 pi e raised to minus x minus 4 square divided by 2 into 1 by 2. Here the taken is 1 upon root 2. So you can write root 2 pi multiply with root 2 numerator and denominator e raised to minus x minus 4 square divided by 2 into 1 by 2. So for minus infinite to less than x less than infinite, 1 upon sigma into root 2 pi e raised to minus x minus mu square upon 2 sigma square. Compare with this formula. 1 upon sigma under root 2 pi e raised to minus x minus mu square upon 2 sigma square, with mu is equal to 4 and sigma square is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, sigma is equal to 1 upon root 2, so sigma square 1 by 2. Mu is equal to 4. X minus mu is equal to x minus 4. So mu is equal to 4. Thus the given probability density function is that of a normal distribution with mu is equal to 4 and variance is equal to 1 by 2. Again, I will repeat for you. 1 upon root 2 into root 2 pi e raised to minus x minus 4 square upon 2 by 2. So we have converted this function into normal distribution function. Okay, then compare it. Then we will get the sigma is equal to 1 upon root 2. So sigma square is equal to 1 by 2 compared with x minus mu. So we will get the mean. Mu is equal to 4 and variance is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. Now next example 17.21. If the two quartiles of a normal distributions are 47.30 and 52.70 respectively, what is the mode of the distribution? Also find the mean deviation about median of this distribution. The first and third quartile of n mu sigma square are given by mu minus 0.675 sigma and mu plus 0.675 sigma respectively, as given mu minus 0.675 sigma is equal to 47.30. Mu plus 0.675 sigma is equal to 52.70. Adding these two equations, we get 2 mu is equal to 100 or mu is equal to 50. first and third quartile and mu sigma square. So here 47.30 and 52.70. So it is mu minus 0.675 sigma and mu plus 0.675 sigma in first and third quartile. Okay. So mu minus 0.675 sigma is equal to 47.30. Mu plus 0.675 sigma is equal to 52.70. If we add these two equations, then minus 0.675 plus 0.675 sigma cancel. So mu plus mu, 2 mu is equal to 47.30 plus 52.70 is 100. So mu is equal to 100 by 2 is equal to 50. Okay. Thus mode is equal to median is equal to mean is equal to 50. Also sigma is equal to 4. Also mean deviation about median, mean deviation about mode is equal to mean deviation about mean, approximately 0.80 sigma. So here sigma is equal to 4. So 0.80 multiply with 4. So you will get 3.20. Okay. Now example number 17.22. Find the points of inflection of the normal curve f of x is equal to 1 by 4 under root 2 pi e raised to minus x minus 10 square by 32. For minus infinite less than x less than infinite. Comparing f of x to the probability distribution density functions of a normal variable x, we find that mu is equal to 10 and sigma is equal to 4. The points of inflection are given by mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. 10 minus 4 and 10 plus 4. 10 minus 4 is 6 and 10 plus 4 is 14. Mu is equal to 10 and sigma is equal to 4. The points of inflections are given by mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. So 10 minus 4 and 10 plus 4. So it is 10 minus 4 is 6 and 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay. Now example 17.23. If x is a standard normal variable such that p probability p of 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to b is equal to a, what is the value of p mod x greater than or equal to b? P of x greater than or equal to b. So we can write as 1 minus p mod x less than or equal to b. Yes, we can write. Okay. Then open the mode. We can write minus b less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. So 1 minus p 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to b minus b less than or equal to x less than or equal to 0. So 1 minus p 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to b plus p 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. So it is 1 minus a plus a. It is 1 minus 2a. Here in limit is given 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to b is equal to a. So we have to convert these two into this form. So after putting the a, 1 minus a plus 1 minus a plus a. So you will get the 1 minus 2a. So that is the answer. Okay. Next example 17.24. X follows normal distribution with mean as 50 and variance as 100. What is probability of x greater than or equal to 60? Given phi of 1 is equal to 0.8413. Here x n mu sigma square, where mu is equal to 50 and variance also given, sigma is equal to 100. So you can find out the sigma from this. Sigma square 100, then sigma is equal to under root of 100, so it is 10. Sigma is equal to 10. So thus probability x greater than or equal to 60. So 1 minus probability x less than or equal to 60. 1 minus probability x less than or equal to 60. So 1 minus probability, we can write both side x less than or equal to 60, x minus 50 less than or equal to 60 minus 50, divide by 10, divide by 10. So 1 minus p, z less than or equal to 1. 60 minus 50 is z less than or equal to 10 by 10, 1. So z less than or equal to 1. So it is from 17.26 formula 1 minus phi of 1. So 1 minus 0.8413, approximate value is 0.16. Okay. So 0.16, this is the answer. Next example 17.25. If a random variable x follows normal distribution with mean as 120 and standard deviation as 40, what is the probability that p x less than or equal to 150 divided by x greater than 120? Given that the area of the normal curve between z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 0.75 is 0.2734. So probability x less than or equal to 150 divided by x greater than 120. So here probability of 120 less than x less than or equal to 150, we can write. So probability x greater than 120. Here probability 120 less than x less than or equal to 150 divided by 1 minus probability x less than or equal to 120. Probability of x greater than 120, instead of this we can write 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to 120. Okay. So here 120 minus from all these. So 120 minus 120, x minus 120, 150 minus 120, divide by 40, divide by 40, divide by 40. 1 minus p, x minus 120 divide by 40 less than or equal to 120 minus 120 divided by 40. So P of 0 less than z less than or equal to 0.75. Here 0 less than or equal to z, x minus 120 divided by 40 less than or equal to 150 minus 120, 30 by 40, 3 by 4 divide by 1 minus p x minus 120 by 40, it is z less than or equal to 0. 0 less than z less than or equal to 0.75. 1 minus p z less than or equal to 0. Phi of 0.75 minus phi of 0. 1 minus phi of 0. Phi of 0.75. Area of the normal curve between z is equal to minus infinite to z is equal to 0.75. Area between minus infinite to 0 plus area between 0 to 0.75. It is 0.50 plus 0.2734. So it is 0.7734 minus 0.50 divided by 1 minus 0.50. So it is 0.2734 divided by 1 minus 0.50, 0.50. So it is approximately 0.55. Next example 17.26. X is a normal variable with mean is equal to 25 and SD 10. Find the value of b such that the probability of the interval 25 b is 0.4772 given phi of 2 is equal to 0.9772. Solution. We are given that x to n mu sigma square, where mu is equal to 25 and sigma is equal to 10. P of 25 less than x less than b is equal to 0.4772. So here 25 minus from this 25 minus 25 by 10 less than x minus 25 by 10 less than b minus 25 by 10. So here 25 minus 25, it is 0 less than z less than b minus 25 upon 10 is equal to 0.4772. So phi of b minus 25 by 10 is minus phi of 0 is equal to 0.4772. Phi b minus 25 by 10 is equal minus phi of 0 is equal to 0.50 is equal to 0.4772. Phi b minus 25 by 10 is equal to 0.9772 plus 0.50 right hand side. So phi b minus 25 by 10 is equal to phi of, this is the 4, phi of 2. So phi cancel, b minus 25 by 10 is equal to 2. So b minus 25, 10 to the 20. So b is equal to 20 plus 25 is equal to 45. B is equal to 45. Okay. Next example 17.27. In a sample of 500 workers of a factory, the mean wage and SD of wages are found to be rupees 500 and rupees 448 respectively. Find the number of workers having wages. First, more than rupees 600. Second, less than rupees 450. Third is between 548 rupees 548 and rupees 600. Solution is, let X denote the wage of the workers in the factory. We assume that X is a normally distributed with mean wage as rupees 500 and standard deviation of wages as rupees 48 respectively. First, probability that a worker selected at random would have wage more than rupees 600. More than rupees 600. So, probability X greater than 600. So, 1 minus P X less than or equal to 600. So, here minus with 500 and divide by 48. So 1 minus B X minus 500 divided by 48 less than or equal to 600 minus 500 divided by 48. So it is 1 minus PZ less than or equal to 600 minus 500. You can write 1 minus P X minus 500 by 48 less than or equal to 100 by 48. So 100 by 48 is 2.08. So 1 minus 5 is 2.08. 2.08 value is 0.9812 from Biometrica table. So after 1 minus 0.9812, 0.0188. Thus, the number of workers having wages less than rupees 600. So it is 500 into 0.0188 is equal to 9.4, approximately 9. This is the probability that a worker selected at random would have wage more than rupees 600. Second one is probability of a worker having wage less than rupees 450. Same procedure you have to do. Probability X less than 450. So you can do it. Do it by yourself. Try it. Okay. Now I will explain you. So I will solve it. P of X less than 450. Okay. Here P of X minus 500 divide by 48, same way. 450 minus 500 divide by 48. P of Z, this is Z, this one, less than 450 minus 500 is, it is minus 50 by 48. So it is P of Z less than minus 1.04. After dividing 50 divided by 48, we will get 1.04. So this is the function 5 minus 1.04. 1 minus 5 of 1.04 because there is minus sign. So 1 minus 5 of 1.04. 1 minus 0.8508 is equal to 0.1492. Hence the number of workers having wages less than rupees 450, it is 500 multiplied with 0.1492, approximately 75. So probability of worker having a wage less than rupees 450, it is 75. Next one, third one is probability of a worker having wage between rupees 548 and rupees 600. So you can write 548 less than x less than 600. So it is P 548 minus 500 divided by 48 less than x minus 500 divided by 48 less than 600 minus 500 divided by 48. 548 minus 500, it is minus 48, sorry, 48 divided by 48, it is 1. Here we can write 48 divided by 48 less than z less than 600 minus 500 divided by, so it is 100 by 48. 48 by 48, so it is 1. 100 by 48, it is 2.08. So 5 of 2.08 minus 5 of 1, 0.9812 minus 0.8413 is equal to 0.1399. So the number of workers with wages between 548 and 600, 500 multiplied with 0.1399 is equal to, approximate value is 70. Okay. Example 17.28. The distribution of wages of a group of workers is known to be normal with mean rupees 500 and SD rupees 100 if the wages of 100 workers in the group are less than rupees 430. What is the total number of workers in the group? Total number of worker in the group. Let x denote the wage. It is given that x is normally distributed with mean as rupees 500 and SD as rupees 100 and P x less than 430 is equal to 100 by n being the total number of workers in the group. So we can write P x minus 500 by 100 less than 430 minus 500 divided by 100 is equal to 100 by n. So here x minus 500 by 100 is z less than 430 minus 500, it is minus 430 minus 500 divided by 100 is. So here we can write P x minus 500 by 100 less than 430 minus 500. So it is minus 70 by 100 is equal to 100 by n. 0.7 minus 0.7. So 5 of minus 0.7 is equal to 100 by n. So minus 5 of 0.7 is equal to 100 by n. So you can write 1 minus 5 of 0.7 is equal to 100 by n. 1 minus 0.7 value is 0.758 is equal to 100 by n. So 1 minus 0.758 is equal to 0.242 is equal to 100 by n. So n approximately 413. So total number of workers in the group are 413. Next example 17.29. The mean height of 2000 students at a certain college is 165 centimeters and SD 9 centimeters. What is the probability that in a group of 5 students of that college, 3 or more students would have height more than 174 centimeter? So more than, so x greater than 174. that x denotes the height of the students of the college, we assume that x is normally distributed with mean mu 165 centimeters and SD sigma as 9 centimeter. If P denotes the probability that a student selected at random would have height more than 174 centimeters, then P x greater than 174, 1 minus P x less than or equal to 174, 1 minus P x minus 165 by 9 less than or equal to 174 minus 165 by 9, 1 minus P z less than or equal to 174 minus 165, it is 9, 9 by 9, so it is 1. So 1 minus P z less than or equal to 1. 1 minus phi of 1. 1 minus 0.8413 is equal to 0.1587. If phi denotes the number of students having height more than 174 centimeter in a group of 5 students, then y of b and p, where n is equal to 5, p is equal to 0.1587. Thus the probability that 3 or more students would be more than 174 centimeter. So here p y greater probability of y greater than or equal to 3. So greater than or equal to 3, it is y is equal to 3 plus p of y is equal to 4 plus p of y is equal to 5. 5c3 0.1587 cube into 0.8413 square plus 5c4, here ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x is used. So after solving this, we get 0.0310 0.0310. Next example 17.30. The mean of a normal distribution is 500 and 16% of the values are greater than 600. What is the standard deviation of the distribution? Given that the area between z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 1 is 0.34. Let sigma denote the standard deviation of the distribution. We are given that P probability of x greater than 600 is equal to 0.16. 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to 600 is equal to 0.16. P x less than or equal to 600 is equal to 0.84. So probability of x minus 500 divided by sigma less than or equal to 600 minus 500 divided by sigma is equal to 0.84. So probability of z less than or equal to 100 by sigma is equal to 0.84. So phi of 100 by sigma is equal to phi of 1. Phi is equal to 100 by sigma is equal to 1. So sigma is equal to 100. Sigma is equal to 100. Next example 17.31. In a business, it is assumed that the average daily sales expressed in rupees follows normal distribution. Find the coefficient of variation of cells given that the probability that the average daily sale is less than rupees 124 is 0.0287 and the probability that the average daily sale is more than rupees 270 is 0.4599. Let us denote the average daily sale by x and the mean and SD of x by mu and sigma respectively as given. Probability of x less than 124 is equal to 0.0287. Probability x greater than 270 is equal to 0.4599. We have probability x minus mu by sigma less than 124 minus mu by sigma is equal to 0.0287. Probability z less than 124 minus mu upon sigma is equal to 0.0287. Phi of 124 minus mu by sigma is equal to 0.0287. So 1 minus phi of mu minus 124 by sigma is equal to 0.0287. Phi of mu minus 124 by sigma is equal to 0.0287 minus from the 1 it is 0.9713. Phi of mu minus 124 by sigma is equal to phi of 2.085 from biometric. So phi cancel. Mu minus 124 by sigma is equal to 2.085. From 2 we have 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to 270 is equal to 0.4599. Probability of x minus mu by sigma less than or equal to 270 minus mu by sigma is equal to 0.5401. Phi of 270 minus mu by sigma is equal to 0.5401. Phi of 270 minus mu by sigma is equal to phi of 0.1. Phi cancel. 270 minus mu by sigma is equal to 0.1. So by dividing 3 by 4 we get mu minus 124 divided by 270 minus mu is equal to 20.85. So it is mu minus 124 is equal to 270 multiplied with 20. It is 5629.50 minus 20.85 mu. Mu is equal to 5753.50 divided by 21.85. It is 263.32. Substituting this value of mu in 3, we get 263.32 minus 124 by sigma is equal to 2.085. So sigma is equal to 73. So sigma is equal to 263.32 minus 124 divided by 2.085. So it is 73. Thus the coefficient of variation of cells sigma by mu by into 100. So 73 by 263.32 multiply with 100 is equal to 25.38 is equal to 25.38. Next example 17.32. X and y are independent normal variables with mean 100 and 80 respectively and standard deviations as 4 and 3 respectively. What is the distribution of x plus y? What is the distribution of x plus y? We know that if n mu1 sigma 1 square and y n mu2 sigma 2 square and they are independent, then Z is equal to x plus y follows normal with mean mu1 plus mu2. So SD is equal to under root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square respectively. Thus, the distribution of x plus y is normal with mean 100 plus 80 or 180, and SD under root of 4 square plus 3 square is equal to 5. 16 plus 9 is equal to under root of 25 is equal to 5. Standard normal distribution. If a continuous random variable z follows standard normal distribution to be denoted by z n01, then the probability density function of z is given by f of z is equal to 1 upon under root 2 pi e raised to minus z square by 2 for minus infinite z less than infinite. Some important properties of z are listed below. Z as mean, median and mode all equals to 0. Okay. Second is the standard deviation of z is 1. Also the approximate value of mean deviation and quartile deviation are 0.8 and 0.675 respectively. Mean deviation 0.8 and quartile deviation is 0.675. The standard normal distribution is symmetrical about z is equal to 0. The 2 points of inflection of the probability curve of the standard normal distribution are -1 and 1. The two tails of the standard normal curve never touch the horizontal axis. The upper and lower p% points of the standard normal variable z are given by probability z, capital Z less than greater than zp is equal to p, and p is z less than z1 minus p is equal to p. So p is z less than minus zp is equal to p respectively. Since for a standard normal distribution z1 minus p is equal to minus zp, selecting p is equal to 0.005, 0.025, 0.01 and 0.05 respectively, z 0.005 is equal to 2.58, z 0.025 is equal to 1.96, z 0.01 is equal to 2.33, z 0.05 is equal to 1.645. These are shown in figure 17.3. Zp, z is equal to 0, zp minus zp, z is equal to 0 and zp, showing upper and lower p% points of the standard normal variable. If x bar denotes the arithmetic mean of a random sample of size n drawn from a normal population, then z is equal to under root of n bracket x bar minus mu upon sigma to n0 to 1. So this curve showing the upper and lower p% points of the standard normal variable minus infinite to infinitive minus zp, z is equal to 0 and zp. Okay. So this lecture is over here. Okay. In the next lecture we will summarize the whole chapter and solve the question of exercise. Okay. So see you soon. Bye bye.